Welcome to another episode of Only Time Can Tell. I'm your host, Ken. And before we begin, don't forget to hit the share, like, and subscribe button so this way you get notifications as we post new videos. Don't forget, Only Time Can Tell is a show where we're basically celebrating ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Now, my guest to my right is known as Big O. Big O, thank you for joining us.
All right.
I
Hello,
appreciate
Ken.
your time.
All right.
So for our viewers, can you tell them who Big O is?
Well, I'm a person of many hats. You say host, photographer, videographer, party promoter, talent scout, set designer. In the industry, they call it a location manager, and just basically a middleman for a lot of different situations in various industries.
Okay. Okay. So how'd you get started?
That's depending on all those different things I said. It depends on, would you say, maybe in the 90s, if you want to go back that far as I would say TV or movies. I did extras thanks to my cousin. Shout out to my cousin.
Okay.
I got little extra parts in commercials and little movie things, but that's just the little small part or whatever like that. Now, like I said, if you want to go into other sectors of the industry, I would say I started dealing with video cameras at a young age of 18 and doing a lot of videoing, basically parades, beach footage, things of that nature, and eventually started a show in about 2002, but that's a whole another story.
Now, because see, the whole purpose of this show is basically, I want to, like I said, I want to have ordinary people celebrated for doing extraordinary things. So for the people watching at home, what is it about you that they'll be able to identify with? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you said you got started in terms of, your cousin, gave you the plug into being like extras or whatever. And then from there, I guess my question to you is, what about that did you gravitate towards? Like, what was?
Well, in school, and particularly, I would say junior high school, I was known to be more of a class clown. I actually got voted as loudest mouth in my high school. Long story. And I was basically a class clown, and a lot of people always said that, they could see me in the entertainment industry, particularly comedy, whatever like that. And so when I was about...
So you was good at like snapping or...
Oh, yeah, cracking jokes. I gave teachers hell.
Right, I got you.
And like I said, about 14, 15, I actually kind of want to go into the medical field, but you kind of find out that, that's a lot of schooling and a lot of money. And unfortunately, I didn't have those things. And at the time, I really was a big fan of sports. And I actually kind of wanted to get into journalism and sports journalism, because a lot of people said that they thought. I actually did my high school newspaper for sports journalism. Right. And a lot of people. I actually kind of wanted to get into that, but then once again, you find out college is kind of expensive, and I picked a different route. But eventually, me dealing with cameras kind of opened the door for other sectors.
So now, when you got plugged into by your cousin into like being like extras, like how old were you again?
I would say teenager. Cause I mean, my actual first time that I probably was in something, I might have been, I would say, 11ish, 12. Right. That was a movie. They basically just wanted kids to be like, we were just in the background. Right. They kind of shot in my area, and little they said, hey, y'all guys want to be in it, and kind of went in there.
So kind of like being at the right place at the right time.
Pretty much.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so then from there, you kind of liked it or whatever. You kind of was just like, yo, this is cool. I can see myself doing this.
Yeah. I would say, all right, when I got more into the entertainment, I would say what it is, all right, I'm going to go into the older version. Okay. Or should I say, like I said, we started basically started at, I would say, Puerto Rican Day Parade was my inspiration and motivation. Long story short, one of my Hispanic friends invited me to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, me and my best friend, and, you know, we're two Afro-American guys. He was Puerto Rican, whatever. Long story short, he actually didn't show up. He got injured, but it was one of those, it's like, hey, you know, it's something different. Let's just go anyway, whatever like that. And we went out there, had a real good time. Shout out to all the Puerto Rican ladies out there that showed us a good time. And, you know, as we sat down at the end of the event, all we could think of was like, man, what could have made this better? And literally, we was like, a video camera. And at the time, we didn't have a video camera, and that's actually what my high school friend got as a basic graduation present. And from there, we got video cameras, and we just started documenting a lot of things, going to college parties and various things. And from there, say we go to parade or we go to different events and shoot things. I had the ability to convince females to do a lot of crazy things with cameras. And as they would say, like, if I go to a parade, you know, everybody go, okay, they videotape beautiful ladies. You know, they were more exhibitionists with me. And nudity. And a lot of people knew that, like, when we come back from parades, I would show them footage, and they'd be like, what the, go crazy. So it actually be kind of a bit more like a demand of my friends, like, every time they see me with the camera, because I used to walk around with a camera bag, and everybody be like, yo, what's on that camera, oh? So it became, oh, every time you come back from a parade, oh, can you come to my house and see it? So it actually started being a lot of different people wanting to just see our footage, and we actually got offered money to, like, dub like our footage to people so they could just, you know, show it for themselves. And eventually, my boy, we just had a idea, like, you know what, this is in New York, because we are a New York-based show. There's something called public access, and in general was called Manhattan Neighborhood Network. So we had the ideas like, why don't we just put our footage on TV? When we initially tried to do it, when we was like 18, 19 years old, it was a little harder to get on, so it kind of got pushed to the back burner. But then we actually retried it again in 2002, and it worked. And then that's,
that's when
where the story really starts.
So basically, you got your start just recording footage from, like, you know, going to different parades or whatever.
Parades, beach footage, dealing with females that were comfortable with the camera.
I got you,
and various other things.
What would you say was your inspiration to get started with filming or whatever? Was there a particular person or a particular show where you said that made you be like, yo, you know what, I could do this too?
Like I said, at the time, public access was a big thing for the youth, and, you know, a lot of people had different shows that, you know, people liked, and it was one of those that, hey, you know, we think we have a lot of footage that people would love and enjoy, and say, hey, you know.
But this was also based off of the feedback that you was getting from, like, you know, your friends and associates. Like,
big time. I mean, like when people literally offer you money off the street, after they see certain things that you know, convince people to do, then you go, yeah, I think I definitely can make some money off of this.
Okay, so basically supply and demand. There was a supply, and it was just like, I mean, there was a demand.
The demand,
and you was just like, all right, you know what? Let's take this to public access. And for all my viewers that don't know, public access was really, really big before the internet or whatever, you know, whereas nowadays, you know, we don't have to go through the conventional means to get stuff published or whatever. We can just basically, you know, upload to YouTube. But before there was a YouTube, you had to go to public access because there was all these different gatekeepers that prevented us from, you know, just free will, just doing whatever we wanted to do.
When we started, there was no YouTube, there was no Pornhub, there was literally, it was very limited to get your stuff out there, especially to a broad audience. So thanks to those individuals, even though they didn't like us, that got our start. But if we had the internet, or I should say all the platforms they have now, man, oh man, it would I definitely would have heard more about us.
Gotcha. Have there been any feature films or any, shows that you worked on that the public or the viewers would know about?
Actually, it's a lot of different things that I've done, but I'm more behind the scenes, and I kind of keep a lot of things that I've done quiet. But I can say that I've done things for Vice, HBO Max, upcoming possibly Netflix, and other little, well, not should say little, those are big formats,
Right.
but various formats also. And like I said, I've dealt with different genres. So a lot of adult companies that have.
Right, I got you.
And many, yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this then. So because you said you got the camera pretty young or whatever, so you
Yes.
guys were amateurs or whatever.
Yes.
So did you find like after like, just, years and years of doing the craft, like you started picking up like the technical capabilities to kind of like, shoot shots that weren't necessarily looking amateurish or whatever, or the quality was getting kind of better, or?
It's funny that you say that because, I mean, how they say certain things you just natural with.
Right.
We got those video cameras, and as people say that, especially the female talent that we would do, they said we could make angles like we could make it look great. And the funniest, since we want to break up a funny story, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
In 2003, I would say our first exotic dancer club, strip club, basically allowed us to shoot inside the event. Like I said, this is, I have no idea how big that was back then because, like I said, everybody is very camera friendly now. It was in New York, it was the complete opposite. Everybody hated cameras, people were scared. Oh, my parents could see me, my family,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. A lot of clubs didn't understand promotion and everything else. But club actually was nice enough to allow us to go inside and videotape, and they saw the cameras. They, like I said, we were literally using Sony digital cameras, and this is like back then it was like $300, nothing spectacular, digital 8,
Right.
high 8, and we happened to shoot a particular female in there that helped us through the thing, and he said, oh, shoot it. Basically, he just wanted to see the footage, afterwards. We came back with the footage. And as he seen it, he was like, "This is my club," and we was like, "Yeah." And he was like,
I don't remember that being over there.
He was really bugged out. Like,
Right.
hold on, like those are the same cameras. He's like, wait, that camera you got in your hand, you shot that with my club. So he was like, and I was like, he was like, yo, he said that's spectacular. So he's probably gassing it, and he was like,
Right.
watch this. So he had a bunch of sons that basically was under him, and he called them, what y'all think of the footage? And they all going crazy. Oh man, this footage is not them. He's like, yo, we think they shot at that. He was like, that's our club, right? And none of them could believe it.
Wow.
And they literally was on some. He was like, wait, if you shoot footage like that with that club, I definitely want to do business with you. And he actually shout out to Charles Stone the third, whatever, wherever you are right now. Literally, and he's actually been, if you know the adult entertainment game, he was very big in the late 90s, 2000s, right. Even to this day. But he's actually the person that taught us about getting business cards. Because,
right.
we like I said, when we started, we were 21 and 22 years old as
right.
far as that. And he was like, y'all don't have any business club
right.
cards? And, what is it?
Right.
We didn't know. And we end up getting our business cards off of that. So through that, he taught us that. And then, that opened up the floodgates. So,
right.
Yes.
So now with the video, what type of jobs were you getting hired for, like after you saw, I guess from Mr. Stone that, all right, since he's endorsing our skills, right, now did that open up the floodgates for different opportunities for you guys?
All right, I would say that just our show in general opened the floodgates, and when we first put our first MySpace page up, oh man, forget about that.
You just aged yourself.
Yeah. I've been literally connected to this game for more than 22 years. I know I don't look it, but yeah.
Right.
But yeah, like literally, it was just like word of mouth, and like when sometime you take a picture of one female. She brags to other females, and it's like, wait, who did that? And next thing you know, this other company, like, a perfect example, we promoted a party, whatever like that. They just knew I was good with the camera, whatever like that. So they actually needed me to be the second cameraman. They had a main cameraman that they had, that he was going to get all this $10,000. Like literally, his camera was over like $20,000. He had this other camera that was like $15,000. He had the whole gear. Me, they was going to give me this like $2,000 camera to shoot, whatever like that.
Right.
Somehow, dude got like a stomach virus. He came in, he was like, he can't do it, blah, blah, blah. So they looked at me and said, do you think you can shoot? Do you think you can shoot with the big camera? And I was like, I'm a fast learner, so I was like, just let me see it. 5 minutes, and next thing I know, I'm walking in, I shoot. I shoot, and they put that all on the internet, and he was like, he got more burned than ever because they said they loved the camera. It's like, it was just some way I can arch and make a girl look great, and so, and like I said, just through word of mouth and reaching out to me, and like I said, it just opened a lot of doors in many ways.
So now, when you're shooting or whatever, is it just you shooting, or do you have a team?
It depends on the project. Like, I have friends that, like, I always tell everybody, like, you know, some of them got better equipment than me. In certain ways, certain people like take better pictures, but you know, and I'll push it. Like I said, it all depends on the project and what they need me to do. Is if I can take on a task, or I might just put on my friends. But like I said, sometimes it'll just be me, sometimes I'll just get other people, but like I said, it basically goes on each task.
Right. Is there any particular project that you were completely like blown away with the results?
I would say, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's being, like I said, I have a long portfolio that I'm connected to a lot of different things. It's like, yes, I mean, like when I got a female on a big adult company cover, that was big. When I put a female onto Brazzers, Reality Kings, that was big. Yeah, so like I said, is dealing with when literally Netflix or affiliate with Netflix called me to do something, that was big. Like I said, I can't say certain things, but yeah, like
I understand that. But what I'm asking, like, was there ever a particular project where you was just like, man, yeah, I can't believe I did that. Like, that looks really, really good, or whatever. Like, you know, like one particular thing, or was there, you know?
I mean, I guess if you want to go to adult entertainment, bragging rights is like when you see certain females, like, you know, you watch the videos, whatever like that, and you go, wow, and then next thing you know, you like work with them, and that goes when I basically started dealing with Pinky. That's the whole, I basically brought Pinky to New York to do parties, and then it was Roxy Reynolds, then it was Cherokee. If y'all watch films, y'all know who those people are, and then you go down to somebody in the background knows who they are, Isla Fox, and various other people. That's when literally, yeah, that's when you like, and you know, like, then I had a birthday party, and a lot of them showed up, and you know, it's like, dude, like, you know, you don't notice it until, like, all right, my best friend who was in my party at the time, when like he was a big Isla Fox fan, and the fact that it's like I got introduced, and he got like starstruck, and he was like, dude, you got Isla Fox at your birthday party, like, it was like, and it's like, you know, like, oh, Pinky just like, hey, what's up, like, and they hug you up like that. In fact, taken to my older brother, to the porn convention, and to this day, and I know he's going to be watching this, when he brags about I took him to the porn convention in 2010, and the fact that basically I had free passes and just walked through the line, and he was like, what the, like, you know, it's a long line. He just walked in, and like people like Pinky and a few other people coming behind their desks with long lines, run up to me and hugging up on me and throwing their ass and all kind of stuff. And he's looking at me like, what the hell are you, like, what do you do? Because I'm very humble, so a lot of things you won't know unless you like be around me. So I won't tell you certain things. So it's like when you hear other people and they tell you, like, dude, you know, you dealing with this and that. So yeah.
I got you. All right, so now that we're in the digital age, is there, like, do you particularly have like a website or stuff online where people could see your work, or?
After MySpace, I kind of really didn't deal with social media and I actually do have things online like that have helped with, but under my umbrella that they could say my name, no, not yet. Should I say I do have a lot of content on the sideline, and I'm being lazy, and everybody's telling me just put up on the thing. So in the future, I'm more likely will be putting stuff up there under my old umbrella name. The game needs us, so look out.
Because these days content is king, which is one of the reasons why we're doing this show.
Yes.
This is all about content, and this is how you generate. This is a new form of revenue right now, the attention.
Yes.
So have you ever filmed a short movie or a documentary?
Yes, I have, and in fact, I'm actually in the works with a family member and a couple of friends to shoot some other things. Like I said, as I always say, I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, so I really don't be talking about all the projects. But in a short answer, yes.
But your calendar's full though.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, cool. Well, before you leave or whatever, why don't you tell the viewers where they can find you, online?
I don't laugh because I'm old school with it. So the only contact other than my government number, which I'm not going to put out on blast, is my email address. And when you hear that last email name, you're going to laugh. The game needs us at AOL. Yes, I still have a AOL account, .com. So that's DAGAMENEEDSUS at AOL.com. The game needs us at AOL.com.
Don't feel bad. I still have an AOL account.
Hey, man. Hey.
We got to stick together. We got to
rap. Hey. That's still one of the best things ever. Like I said, we went into the AOL days and how great that was.
Right. Yeah, and you figured one of the reasons why I still have that account, is because I'm a stickler to, being consistent, and there's people that I knew from like years ago or whatever, so.
Exactly.
Right,
Tradition over technologies at times.
Well, thank you, Big O. I appreciate you for coming out.
Kenny, thank you for inviting me.
Shout out
to all the people out there that's going to watch this.
There's a lot of big things coming from Big O. I'm almost sure of it with his energy, his skill set, man. Be on the lookout, man.
But I actually have 4 different things that's supposed to be coming out with bigger projects, possibly Netflix. And yeah. Like I said, I don't say too many things, but I can just look at my portfolio and go.
But you gotta say too many things. This is what this is about, man. You gotta promote yourself, man.
Hey, like I tell everybody, I'm a fortune guy over fame. So that's why I'd rather just when they send me those checks, I'm happy. But the fame, I got you. I don't want TMZ all in my business. And
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate time.
Same here.
Appreciate you coming out, man. Mm-hmm. All right, so guys, that's going to do it for this week, this episode. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's grow this channel. And remember, only time can tell, but we celebrate ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Peace.
All right.
I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will always get an alert when a new video drops.